Hello and welcome into the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania, as we have California basketball here for you today, as your California Vulcans will be taking on the IUP Crimson Hawks. Welcome into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck. Joined alongside me is Stephen Ruffing. And Steve, California coming off of a loss last week in Mercyhurst. This is their opportunity now to face a very tough IUP Crimson Hawk team, see if they can get up back on the right track.
Yeah, California taking a 78-72 loss yet again up in Erie for the second time this season. They're going to come back and they're going to want vengeance, and they're going to try to give IUP everything they got.
In their last game, they fell 78-72, and then switching over to IUP, they took on Clarion last week, a team that California took on not too long ago, and they came away with a victory 68-57.
Yeah, pretty close game considering IUP's talent and going up against Clarion. 68-57, it was a good game, but IUP pulled off a pretty good win for the season.
And the last time California and IUP met, you were there for the game actually, Steve, in IUP in Indiana, and California came away with the victory 79-52.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going up to IUP or California just playing IUP in general. It seems like they give it this extra effort, and it seems like they always play confident against the Crimson Hawks. And I'd imagine that's what we're going to see here on senior night.
It is, as you said, Steve, senior night. The four seniors that were recognized were Lana Dorn, Mickey Glenn, Precious Martin, and Brittany Nelson. Two of those names, two players that actually sat out last season. So this is their kind of redemption tour, if you will. A 25-2 record, nothing to really knock. This team is complete. Their last game, it seemed like they lost a little bit of focus, but now they're going to try to get, as I said before, on the right foot moving forward into the playoffs, and this is the perfect team to play. This really gets them ready for playoff contention. The teams are, I don't know if you recognize it, the teams are playing harder as of late.
Right, and you can't take that Edinburgh loss or the Mercyhurst loss. That doesn't define this team, because it's a tough game at Mercyhurst. You know, they never really play well there in Mercyhurst, and it was their senior night again going for Edinburgh. A tough team, and I think California, that made them stronger, so they're going to come out here against IUP with everything they have.
So we have some starters for you here today. We have number 5, Sierra Barrett, number 12, Lana Dorn, number 21, Mickey Glenn, number 23, Precious Martin, and number 33, Brittany Nelson, as California will actually come down with the possession off the tip-off, and Mickey Glenn possessing it. Gives it over to Lana Dorn, then passing it right away, cutting to the hoop is Lana Dorn. No foul on the court. However, Brittany Nelson tries to finish it off, cannot. And number 23, Haley Denman, comes up with a ball for the Crimson Hawks. Now Carolyn Appleby working against Lana Dorn, directing her offense on the floor. Denman has it. Good steal there by Mickey Glenn. Gives it over to Precious Martin. Precious Martin streaking down the floor, puts a shot up, no good. And IUP there to get the rebound. That was number 42, Megan Smith.
You know, all effort there from Mickey Glenn, and Precious Martin, strange her missing from a short jump shot like that.
Most definitely is. As I said, trying to get back on the right foot. You know, you got to get those confident shots early on in the contest, as Mickey Glenn almost another steal. However, IUP is going to keep possession, pass it over to Smith, and Smith is going to complete the play right there. IUP getting on the board first.
Yeah, a lot of confusion with both teams, except IUP, they found their rhythm there. They found the open passes, and they just slot it there for an open jump shot for the first 2 points of this contest.
California now their third possession, coming down the floor with Mickey Glenn. Pass over to Brittany Nelson. Nelson's shot is up, no good. Rebound there by Brittany Nelson after a tip from Sierra Barrett. Those long arms really helps her get those rebounds for California.
Yeah, Sierra Barrett tipping that to Brittany Nelson, getting her first 2 points of this game. Is going to be a foul.
It's actually going to be jump ball. California will keep possession. It looks like they came down with it simultaneously.
Brittany Nelson having a few chances so far this game. She finally dishes out her first 2 points, but those first 2 opportunities were big.
As now Brittany Nelson will come away with the ball, and Mickey Glenn has it. Gives it over to Lana Dorn. You normally see this with teams on senior day. They start all their seniors. Brittany Nelson hasn't really seen much playing time, as Precious Martin will actually be called on the foul, on the charge, I believe, in the paint. As I said, Brittany Nelson, she hasn't really seen much playing time early on in contests. You normally see her subbed in towards the end of games, really. The person that she's replacing is really Shatera Parsons out there on the floor. As now Denman drives to the, Carolyn Appleby drives to the hoop and gets the bucket to fall. Now IUP leading 4-2.
Yeah, Appleby, they're leading point scorer there. She's up there with Megan Smith. She has 13.5 average per game.
Mickey Glenn at the top of the key gives it over to Lana Dorn. Dorn then passes over to Nelson from the charity stripe. No good. IUP coming down with the rebound.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to get the ball in Brittany Nelson's hands, and that's her third opportunity she missed.
And Appleby, pretty interesting shot. I haven't seen that much with the left hand completing the play right there and getting 2 more points on the board. It's now almost looked like Precious Martin was going to lose handle. Gives it over to Mickey Glenn. No good. Sierra Barrett, though, with a strong rebound, gets it back for California. Mickey Glenn on the outside, working against Megan Smith. Quite a mismatch on that one, and then they switch over. Nothing better, though, as now Mickey Glenn drives to the hoop. No good. IUP keeps her dribble, and then Mickey Glenn comes up with it and just out of bounds. IUP will get the possession now.
Yeah, Mickey Glenn isn't afraid to go to the ground, fight for that ball right there. She almost had it. She tried to dive out of bounds at the ball. The ball beat her to it, so that'll be IUP's ball.
And we saw Mickey Glenn going hard to the floor quite a few times last game in Mercyhurst, and as you said, Steve, she's not afraid to put her body on the line to get the ball for her team, as now Brittany Nelson will sub out and Shatera Parsons will come in. IUP inbounding the ball on the baseline. Gives it over to Brittany Robinson. Robinson's shot is up, no good. Shatera Parsons making her presence known right away on the floor. And now Shatera Parsons right underneath the hoop, gets a shot up and good. Defensive, offensive, what can she do?
Well, that's something we've seen a lot at Mercyhurst, and I think California really should have done more of it. Getting those lob passes up to Shatera Parsons is a nice play there from the Crimson Hawks, but getting those lob passes up, and Shatera Parsons, wherever that ball is, she's tall enough to get it and grab it and put up a layup.
Sierra Barrett as well, another name you can mention, as her shot's no good. Foul, I believe, there on Shatera Parsons, trying to get the rebound. As she looks like she's coming up a little bit slow. Looks like maybe her eye.
It looked like she cut a hand to the face when she was going up for that rebound.
So now Carolyn Appleby will bring it up the floor for IUP. Appleby passes it over to Lauren Wolosik, and then IUP's passing this ball like they can do anything out there on the floor. Now Megan Smith's shot is up and good. Megan Smith, her 4th point of the night.
Yeah, Megan Smith is a player that, nice interception there.
And now IUP brings it down the floor. Megan Smith goes off of her chest, and referee said she stepped out when she was trying to save the ball from going out of bounds.
Yeah, Megan Smith, she's going to be a threat. 6-foot guard. She's going to be averaging 14.6 points per game. California really want to try to shut her down tonight.
Mickey Glenn, that defensive player, is really going to try to stop her, and she's matched up against Megan Smith as well, as now Sierra Barrett gives it over to, Shatera Parsons. Megan Smith comes up with a steal. So now Denman gives it over to Appleby. Appleby driving to the lane and gets the shot to fall and one going to the line now.
Yeah, that was impressive. IUP seemed to be controlling this game. Carolyn Appleby, the 5'5 guard, she's pretty much outnumbered in height when she's going to the hoop like that. She draws that foul, and somehow that ball manages to find its way into the hoop.
And Abby Sporio checking in for California. Precious Martin subbed out, and Appleby completes the 3-point play.
And really, this isn't the start that we're used to seeing from California, especially against IUP. It seems like Mickey Glenn, out of anyone, she always steps up against IUP.
Abby Sporio passing it underneath the hoop to Sierra Barrett, and the ball will bounce off of her and out of bounds. So we'll reach our first media timeout. And Steve, California, as you said, this isn't really the start that we're used to seeing. Look at this tail of the tape here. California has really been dominating every other team that they've been playing this entire season.
Yeah, look at those points per game. California has a high 81.7, and then IUP 70.9. The points allowed pretty even. The field goal percentage even as well. Shooting-wise, it's all pretty much even. Those rebounds, I mean, on paper, this is a pretty even game, and we're going to see it tonight.
It most definitely is. And when California scores, they like to score in bunches, moving the ball around the floor methodically. And tonight, we're not really seeing that. They try moving the ball around, as you said, to Brittany Nelson. Nelson just cannot complete, though, and that's something that you can't blame her. She hasn't really been playing much this entire season.
Right, yeah. So, and I mean, it's all up to California. Sometimes we'll see them struggle to make their way into this game. We'll eventually see it. They've been known to have kind of like a slow first quarter. And again, at Mercyhurst, a slow first quarter, and that they didn't really bounce back from it. But against IUP, I think this is a big enough game where you could really step up.
And head coach Jess Strom, the last game, she actually took a technical foul from the referees. And Anthony D'Agostino, our also CUTV WCR announcer, said that she likes to do that to really just get her team into the game more. I hope she doesn't have to take a technical to get her team into the game, but California really needs a spark now as Shatara Parsons comes out with the block and giving California possession back now in transition. Abby Sporio passed it over to Shatara Parsons. Now Parsons driving into the lane, pulls up a shot, and no good off the rim as IUP comes down with the rebound. So now Denman gives it over to Wolosik, working against Lana Dorn. Now Appleby against Sporio. Megan Smith has it now with 10 seconds left on the shot clock, drives into the lane. Shot is up, no good. I believe Shatara Parsons might have got a hand on that one as well, as California now works in transition. And they're going to see a travel, I believe, called on Mickey Glenn.
Yeah, but before that traveling happened, Shatara Parsons being a big threat in this game so far. California's best player, both on offense and defense. Right now, she's the only California player with points on the court.
Yeah, and Shatara Parsons as well. You might see her stats on the offensive side of the ball. She really steps up on the defensive side as well, giving her opportunities on offense, as now a streak to the lane by Carolyn Appleby. Great outlet pass there from IUP. Lana Dorn now trying to get the play, and she does, getting the shot to fall and going to the line.
Yeah, another player that we usually see step up defensively, drawing that and one and going to the line. Maybe that's a little momentum boost that the Vulcans desperately need.
And Lana Dorn did not play last Wednesday, against Mercyhurst. Our condolences go out to her family as she was home in London, now coming back for senior day. That defensive presence that really they were missing against that talented Mercyhurst team. So now Megan Smith pulls up a shot, and it is no good. So now Sierra Barrett looks like she jumped up a little bit early, but Abby Sporio coming down with the ball, streaking into the lane, no good. Blocked shot from IUP. And IUP will actually come down with possession now.
Abby Sporio trying to make a case for herself, as when she was driving to the hoop, she drew a lot of contact and was pretty much hounded by a couple of Crimson Hawks.
And California loves to do that, just drive into the lane, see if you can draw a foul, because they are an excellent free throw shooting team at just about 71%. Just like to get every opportunity they can. So now Wolosik working against Mickey Glenn. Driving in, then passes it back out to Appleby. Now Robinson in the lane, puts up a shot over Shatara Parsons and gets the shot to fall. California now down by 10, 17-7.
Yeah, IUP really can't miss right now. Nothing's falling for California, and there's going to be another traveling called on the Vulcans.
Yeah, this is frustrating here now for California. You know, we were always talking about this playoff team. They really want to use these games as stepping stones, and the past game that they played against Mercyhurst, they had pretty dismal outcome. So they really want to use this game to their advantage. Now down by 10, trying to flip the switch now. As Denman on the outside working against Abby Sporio. Denman, no options, forced to retreat, then gives it over to Megan Smith. Smith in the lane, puts up a shot and gets it to fall. They can do whatever they want out there on the floor.
Yeah, it seems like California, they're like a step behind on defense. They're still trying to figure out this Crimson Hawk offense.
So now Shatara Parsons looks like she's going to take up a shot and pulls it up and drives into the lane. Now she gets to go to the line to attempt two.
Shatara Parsons, she'll be going to the line, 54.8% from the free throw line. Not the best. in numbers from the free throw line, but looking to take one there for her first shot.
So now California down by 11. And no good on the second shot as Denman comes up with the ball for IUP. Quite a few IUP fans as well here today. They made the trip out from Indiana, not that far away, but still a decent crowd here for senior day. So now Megan Smith has it. Defensive pressure there from California and kind of pinball over to another IUP player. Now with 6 seconds left on the shot clock, Carolyn Appleby puts up a shot, no good. Mickey Glenn coming down with the rebound. No rebound help there for IUP. Lana Dorn now makes a crafty move to the bucket. And a block shot, I believe, from IUP as California will keep possession. It's a ball bounced out of bounds.
And you know what, Danny? We saw this at Mercyhurst. We saw that too.
And no good there from Mickey Glenn on the attempted three. Shatara Parsons, good move into the lane. Again, no help in the lane, only Shatara Parsons.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. We saw that a lot at Mercyhurst. The opposing team having an answer for almost anything that California throws at them.
And now on the outside, that was Wolosik. Shot is up and good. And now California down 22-8.
Yeah, it might be time for a Jess Strom timeout with a minute left.
And now Abby Sporia, you got to think in this situation as well. Do you just want to save the timeouts? Jess Strom doesn't like to call timeouts. Mickey Glenn now getting fouled, going to the lane. She doesn't really like to call timeouts, so maybe she's going to use this 54 seconds, see if they can turn it around, because that second quarter break, or that first break, excuse me, you know she's going to be reaming her team out. Yeah,
and she does get through to the players, and she does have a lot of trust in them. Mickey Glenn can make her first one, but she's going to have a lot of trust in them, so it's up to them to really step up in this last minute of the first quarter.
86% free throw shooter on the season is Mickey Glenn. Her second shot is up and good as well, now making the score 22-10. Mickey Glenn missed a few shots, looked really uncharacteristic of Mickey Glenn, missing her free throws last game at Mercyhurst, converting there from the line as IUP now pressured that press defense there from California as now Mickey Glenn has it up the floor, gives it over to Lana Dorn, then back to Glenn. Barrett now pushing down Wolosik in the lane, and California will keep possession. Good defense there from Wolosik, though. A strong player is Sierra Barrett.
Yeah, she kept with Sierra Barrett on that one. Sierra Barrett was trying to dribble through, trying to make some sort of athletic move to get by.
Lana Dorn's shot is up, no good. Almost a rebound there from Mickey Glenn, an offensive rebound. We don't really get to say that much, as Denman then passed it over to Carolyn Appleby just across the half-court line. Now with 15 seconds left on the game clock. Obviously the shot clock is off. Looks like IUP will hold, and now they're going to start moving. So now Wolosik has it. 5 seconds left on the game clock. Over to Carolyn Appleby. She looks like she's going to pull up a shot at the buzzer. No good. So the first quarter, California down by 12, 22-10. We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. You're watching California women's basketball right here on CUTV Sports 1.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Hello and welcome back into the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. California down 22-10 against a very tough IUP team. Now we saw, Steve, their rebounding really is what is not allowing California to get on the scoreboard, really.
Yeah, and I said it earlier in the game. IUP really does have an answer for everything California's offense is throwing at them. They have that lane clogged up. They're not allowing them to get those shots off. So California is really struggling so far to get past this IUP squad.
Yeah, this really doesn't look like the California team that we're used to. You saw on the tail of the tape there in the first quarter. This team really, they look, I mean, what's the word you could say, flat? Their shots that they're taking in the beginning of that game with a lot of opportunities there for Brittany Nelson, they just were not converting. Not a matter of can't convert, or they're just good defense there from IUP. We're going to see if they can turn on the second quarter and get some momentum back. As now Shatara Parsons takes up the step back shot, no good. Abby Sporio coming there with the rebound, no good though, and IUP streaks up the floor. Carolyn Appleby, now Wolosick. Back to Appleby working against Shatara Parsons. Now a new sub in, that's Kendall Hunter, and now number 23, that was Haley Denman, comes up with the shot, no good. Abby Sporio now pushing the pace down the floor. Trying to find someone, then finds Lana Doran, then back over to Mickey Glenn. Gives it to Lana Doran. Lana Doran looks like she was going to try to pass it on the inside, then Abby Sporio, good shot, no good, however. The rims at Mercyhurst were not liking California, and it looks like they're not going to like them here on this one either.
Yeah, these rims are really not cooperating with the Vulcans. As Abby Sporio, she made a great move near that baseline there to get into the hoop, and she draws the foul.
First shot is good. She's a 56.5% free throw shooter as Shatara Parsons subs out, and Precious Martin checks back into the contest. And her second shot is good as well. Now California down by 10. 9 minutes and 5 seconds left on the game clock. So now California is turning on the defensive pressure. Pushing it, and Sierra Barrett almost coming down with the rebound and almost taking out WCAL announcers Anthony D'Agostino and Dylan Godet. She saved herself there. It's always the, I guess, advantage, disadvantage. You get to be down towards the floor, but you also might get ran into as well. California almost came up with a steal with Sierra Barrett yet again. But IUP's feeling the pressure, to say the least. Abby Sporio coming up with the steal and converting in transition. Cannot. Missing that one now. Almost got the crowd involved, but she misses it in transition.
Yeah, I think Abby Sporio was kind of hearing footsteps from Appleby on that one.
Most definitely was. You always can say that about playing on the backyard games or also on the floor. As now Appleby's shot is up and good. And she's just crafty moving to the basket.
I think she's at this point just throwing the ball up, and somehow it's just finding its way in the hoop. That's the second or third time she's done that, and just kind of desperately throws the ball up and it goes in.
And Lana Doran drives to the basket, no good. IUP coming up with the rebound. You said she's just throwing stuff up. 11 points already here tonight. So just being a force, as now there's going to say there's a foul. California will keep possession. I believe the foul will be called on Hallie Denman. Her second foul here already. But yeah, she's 11 of her team's 24 points. You know, you can really think about that in relation to Mickey Glenn. She's really been that person that can do that for California this season.
Yeah, Mickey Glenn only tallying 2 points so far. She needs to step up, and right here, almost had that and one.
You almost timed it up perfectly, you
right.
and her. But she will go to the line now to attempt two. Their defense for California has definitely been showing up here in the second quarter, however. Abby Sporio coming up with a steal and then cannot convert in transition, as Glenn's first is good. Now attempting her second. Lining it up, and the shot is up and good. Mickey Glenn, just old reliable out there on the floor.
Yeah, she's pretty consistent. She's pretty reliable on that charity stripe.
So now Appleby will be forced to push it around the floor. IUP feeling the pressure yet again. California trying to block something, as Wolosick now forced to push over to Carolyn Appleby. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot is up, no good. Hallie Denman comes up with the ball, though, and then Passing over a few times, Megan Smith. Now Brittany Robinson shot up, no good. Getting her own rebound, however. California, this is something that California never does, allowing them to get second chance points. Now Wolosik traveling around the three-point arc. Pass it in to Brittany Robinson. Pass breakup there. See a foul called
on Mickey Glenn, I believe.
On Mickey Glenn. As now Brittany Robinson, a 72.5% free throw shooter this season, gets an attempt 2 from the line. Also, Brittany Robinson hailing from Central Dauphin East. Did not even see that out there as her first is up and good. Joins a few other Central Dauphin, Harrisburg, PA players out there on the floor. Actually, one just subbed off and another comes back in. Her second shot is up and good as well. Now with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left, Mickey Glenn trying to get a spark, as I said before. Tara Parsons passing on the inside to Sierra Barrett. Barrett tripping over a few players, then IUP comes up with the ball. Now Carolyn Appleby has it for the Crimson Hawks. Brittany Robinson on the outside working against Sierra Barrett. Driving into the lane, pushing her down, and then being forced, and there's going to be a travel out there on the floor. Good no call there by the referees. It looked like it was just good defense out there.
Yeah, they had her covered on that one. She had no choice but to walk. That was Brittany Robinson. Refs, good eye watching those feet when she's trying to get past those California defenders.
And California also good job of really saving themselves by just putting their hands up, straight up. Can't really do much there in that situation as Mickey Glenn now brings up the defender and then could not get the shot to fall as Megan Smith comes down with the rebound. California is still down by 12 points, 26-14 with 6 minutes left. So Megan Smith passes over to Wolosik. Abby Sporio, like lion smelling blood, really comes over, and a big block there by Sierra Barrett.
Yeah, Sierra Barrett read that. She seen that she faked that shot. She was driving in, and then Sierra Barrett was right on it, blocking it, and denying the IUP Crimson Hawks for another 2 points.
And that's really where her softball skill, or excuse me, her volleyball skills pay off. I'm going to say softball, as now Wolosik shot is up and good. California down by 14 now. Sierra Barrett has it on the outside working against Wolosik. Over to Mickey Glenn, then Lana Dorn around the key. Sierra Barrett spots up, shot is up and good. Sierra Barrett now getting some confidence in the offensive side.
Yeah, that's a high percentage shot there from Sierra Barrett right at that foul line. She rarely misses from that.
It's now Wolosik feeling the pressure there from Mickey Glenn. Passing on the inside to Denman. Good defense there by Tara Parsons, then forced to push it on the outside. Now with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, Wolosik is forced to push it in. Good move there to get away from Mickey Glenn. He gets a shot to fall.
Just barely got that shot to fall. There was 1 second left on the shot clock when she put it up.
Now with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left, Sierra Barrett spots up and gets another shot to fall. 2 consecutive possessions and 2 consecutive makes.
Yeah, that was pretty much the same move, different position on the court.
There's a timeout on the floor taken by IUP, and California, really, they need to use this to their advantage. They're pressuring them just a little bit. IUP still converted on their side. And now we're going to look at your screen here on the PSAC West standings. This game, 1-2 in the PSAC West, but really looking into the regional standings, that's where you can really see this mix-up as California sits at 1, IUP sitting at 3, Virginia Union losing, so California is really solidified to take that number 1 spot. But this game, big implications for the playoffs.
Yeah, and with Virginia Union losing yesterday, that's huge for both California and IUP. California, with Virginia Union losing, California kind of solidifies that number 1 spot. And it'd be a bigger win for IUP if they got this win. They got it with potentially moving up to that 2nd spot in the regional standings.
And that would also shake up some things as well, being the number 1 and 2. You kind of might be setting up another meeting between both of these teams. Also something to mention, Mercyhurst and Edinboro, 2 strong teams. California knows that. California really doesn't want to drop a game to this IUP team, hoping that they can turn something on with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left before the halftime break. And then at that halftime break, they really need to do something. Jess Strom, say whatever you need to, honestly.
This is crunch time, really. This game, the rest of the season, coming to playoffs, it's crunch time, and California needs to buckle down, and that starts in the second half.
It most definitely does, as they really have to lock down on the girl that has the ball in her hands right now, Carolyn Appleby. 11 points already here tonight with 1 foul. So California now coming up with defense. Abby Sporio now on the second time gets her shot blocked. So 2 possessions where Abby Sporio comes up with a steal. We're going to see if they can convert this time now with their full offense down there on the floor.
Yeah, and that was just good, cold-blooded defense there from Denman.
As Sierra Barrett's shot is up, no good. I believe Volosic maybe got a hand on that ball. Good defense from her, as now Volosic has it on the outside, working against Sierra Barrett still. Carolyn Appleby pushes on the inside, gets a shot up, and good. She can't miss.
Yeah, another shot that she just kind of threw up to the hoop and it went in. It's actually kind of mind-blowing right now, her shots that she's putting up. She has no business making them.
Shatara Parsons will be fouled in the lane. She really must have been using that practice time to find the spot. They use that box that's right behind the rim. They know, I'm sure these players, D2 basketball players, they know what they're doing out there on the floor. They know where they need to hit their spots, as Parsons' first shot is up and good. But when you're coming from a different angle, you know, you really have to find that spot quick.
When you're falling down, you need to. I don't think there's any strategy, just getting that ball up into the hoop.
And Parsons' second shot is no good. A new sub in for IUP is Mara Deanna, as Megan Smith on the outside gives it over to Volosic. Volosic now driving into the lane. Step back and forced to push it over to Appleby. And almost a steal there from Sierra Barrett. Almost got her hand on it. It's now Megan Smith forced to move around. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Good defense there from Mickey Glenn. Gets away from her. Shot is up, no good. And there's going to be a shot clock violation, as Mickey Glenn, again, going hard to the floor. Maybe a little bit of slick surface out there. It looks like she kind of slipped.
Yeah, and that's some good, solid defense as well. Mickey Glenn, she's a trooper. She'll get up from that. But this defense from California, holding them off for that shot clock violation, that's something special from their defense.
It's also good for your confidence levels as well. You can get that shot clock violation, get the ball back. Mickey Glenn shot up, no good. Spotted up from a little bit outside that three-point arc, and it just went off the front of the rim. So IUP will take over possession with Megan Smith. Pass it over to Volosic. Volosic just inside the three-point arc. Gives it over to Appleby. Appleby threads a pass on the inside to Denman, and then back out to Appleby. They're just milking this shot clock down with 6 seconds left. Now 5. Volosic shot up, no good. Good rebound there from Shatara Parsons. Gives California the ball right back. Now Abby Sporio in transition. She's that speed out there on the floor for California, as her shot up and no good. Keeping it alive, however, and then Megan Smith, her long body, 6-foot frame, gets the steal for IUP.
And Abby Sporio just trying to keep that ball in. I think she didn't put enough oomph on that pass.
Good defense there from California. Deanna shot no good. Abby Sporio, good play there, as there's a jump ball on the floor. IUP will take over possession, if you want to call it take over. They still had possession. The head coach for IUP's got to be loving this in this situation. Can come out with a great start on the road. California, big arena. The atmosphere kind of at times might be a little bit in the favor of the road team. Really, it's quiet. As now Abby Sporio will bring the ball across half court for California. Mickey Glenn pass it over to Sporio. Then Sporio picks up her dribble. Gives it back to Glenn. Over to Doran out the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clocks. Sierra Barrett drives into the lane, gets away from her defender, and shot is up and good. Sierra Barrett now with 6 points here tonight.
Yeah, utilizing that bank right there, that backboard, as she puts that jumper up and gets 2 points, she's going to lead the Vulcans with points now.
California down by 11. Tara Parsons working against Brittany Robinson, and there is a foul on the floor called on Shatara Parsons looked like she kind of just hip checked her as she was trying to pick up her dribble and drive to the lane.
Yeah, Shatara Parsons throwing that hip in the way. Kind of not letting her drive to that hoop, so they're going to call that.
Then again, you can say there's no rebound help on the inside, no defense. It's Brittany Robinson's shot will be up and good. So now California out, down by 12, or 13, excuse me. It's a foul called on the floor. Called on, I believe, Carolyn Appleby, so that would be her second foul, sending Lana Dorn to the line.
Lana Dorn shooting 71.8% this season.
First shot, no good. California still down by 13. 1 minute and 11 seconds left before halftime. Second shot up and good. As she shot that, kind of just backing up, she knew that was good. As now number 14 out there on the floor, Anna Holland, new sub in for IUP. Holland passes it over to Losick and then over to Denman. Denman driving into the lane, gives it over to number 22, another new sub, Kendall Hunter, and her shot will be good. California now down by 14.
Yeah, IUP just coming out with a lot of speed on offense right now.
Lana Dorn gives it over to Abby Sporio, the speed for California, and she coughs up the ball right into the arms of Brittany Robinson. Now IUP slowing the pace down with 33 seconds left before halftime. Losick on the outside gives it over to Hunter. Hunter now trying to find a pass, and then she does over to Denman, then over to Losick. Driving into the lane now, 9 seconds left in the shot clock. Her shot is good. California really needs to step up on defense, down 16, and it looks like their defense is Swiss cheese.
Yeah, the IUP is just finding all of their holes in all of the lanes right now.
And Mickey Glenn, good shot, and I believe that will signal the halftime break. California down 38-24. California looking kind of flat. We're going to see if they can bounce back. Here, we're going to take a quick break for the halftime period. So stay tuned. You're watching Vulcan's women's basketball right here on CUTV Sports 1. Hello and welcome back into the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. We apologize for some issues we had in that first half of action, some YouTube issues. Nothing big though, as now we have the live stream working. California down in this one 38-24, and you can see it right here in these halftime stats. These are the reasons why California is down by 14 at the break.
Yeah, look at that that field goal shooting. And the three-point shooting. The three-point shooting, we attempted, I believe, we don't have the stats in front of us right now of how many shots the Vulcans actually took. I know it's 3 or 4. They're 0 for maybe 4, but those shooting percentages there, IUP really outnumbering California. And
California now is trying to answer back, and Mickey Glenn didn't get the shot to fall. Shatara Parsons, big rebound there, and the putback is good. California now on the scoreboard. Score is 38-26.
Yeah, this is about the time where reality sets in and Vulcan starts seeing red.
As now Holosick shot no good, trying to get her three-point start going as well in that second half of play. Mickey Glenn's shot is up and good. The rim is loving California now. Two straight possessions.
Maybe it's that side.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, it works, though, because now California's working on that side. As IUP now trying to answer back. Carolyn Appleby, that big player there in that first half of action, really. 13 points. Almost a steal coming up there for IUP. However, California travels down the floor. Mickey Glenn shot up and good. 3 straight possessions down the floor. 3 straight California makes. That live stream, it flipped the switch for California.
Maybe there was something going on with the live stream. Now that it's working, the Vulcans decided to really light the fire, and they have. They're seeing red. Like I said, this is the time where they start doing this.
And the PSAC West standings, we showed you these a little bit earlier. Now that the live stream's working, we can really break this down for you. The playoff implications this game has, really California, they're just trying to use this game as a stepping stone to get into the playoffs. Just use these last few games. They dropped the game to Mercyhurst as well as Edinboro, but they don't want to lose this game to IUP. You never want to go into a contest think you're going to lose. But when you're looking at the playoffs, you really don't want to lose.
Right, especially even a big game, big rivalry like this against IUP, no matter what sport. IUP California, that's a big rivalry around the PSAC. So you don't want this loss. You want those bragging rights, and they definitely got them. IUP remembers that big win that California had against them last game at IUP. So California, this is a huge game for them to really make their names known.
And when they started this season, they knew that they were going to have targets on their back coming away with the national championship just a few years ago. They're always a powerhouse. Now a few seniors on this team. It is senior day here in California. Mickey Glenn, Precious Martin, Lana Doran, as well as Brittany Nelson, all recognized in pregame. But these seniors out there on the floor, they've combined for 100 wins for this California team. They're absolutely on a tear their entire careers, and they're really trying to keep that going this season, as now Megan Smith will almost lose possession. California getting their hands on it. They're going to call the jump ball on the floor. IUP will retain possession. So now Carolyn Appleby will pass it into Haley Denman, and her shot is up and good. Good pass there from Carolyn Appleby, and good job of drawing the foul there by Denman.
Yeah, just like that, California down by 10 again right there at Lana Doran. Right when the IUP player was going up for the shot, it looked like Doran gave her the 2-arm shove right as she shot the ball.
And Denman's shot is up and good as she completes the 3-point play. California now trying to answer back as they had those first few possessions down the floor. Mickey Glenn driving into the lane, pass it over to Precious Martin. Shot is up, no good, off the side of the backboard, and no rebound help there for California as Carolyn Appleby will bring it up the floor for the Crimson Hawks. Now Appleby working against Lana Doran, picks up her dribble, then passes it over to Denman and finds Robinson at the top of the arc. Robinson picks up her dribble, goes to the basket, shot is up, no good, as Shater Parsons comes down with the rebound.
Could have been maybe a traveling call there as Robinson kind of looked like she slid on the court.
In a good way there. I said in that first half of play that California loves to just drive to the basket, draw the foul, and then get the easy shots from the line. Mickey Glenn now did exactly that, going to the line. She is a 86.4% free throw shooter, trying to improve on that just a little bit before playoffs roll around. So her first shot is up and good. Almost automatic, you can really say that. But also, Mercyhurst's last game, kind of a little bit off.
A little shaky, yep.
Trying to answer back and use this game to their advantage and really execute. Her second shot up and good as well. She now trots down the floor. California, down by 9. Appleby finds Megan Smith on the pass. Then California really putting on the defensive pressure as Wolosik is forced to pass it into Brittany Robinson. Then California coming up with a steal now in transition. 3-on-3 even, as now Mickey Glenn will be fouled again going to the line. She just loves to draw fouls, driving to the basket, do whatever she can.
Yeah, she came into this half with 4 points, and right off the back, not even 3 minutes into the game, she has 12 points. She has 8 points so far in, two minutes and 10 seconds.
And her first one is good, so now make that 13, Steve.
Yeah, and that's that's what Mickey Glenn does. She just turns on a switch, and then she's off.
Now her second shot is up and good as well. Mickey Glenn, that's the spark that California needed. Now they're only down by 7, really cutting away at this deficit.
She's also on her 2,000-point watch. I think she was coming into the game with 24 she needed.
As now driving into the lane, Brittany Robinson forced to either pass out or pick up her dribble. Sierra Barrett coming up with the rebound. California even on the break. Sierra Barrett driving to the lane by herself, getting the shot to fall. Now only down by 5. California looks like they have some momentum. That's what they needed. As I said, Steve, that halftime break really is either going to be put up or shut up, and California looks like they're turning on the gas, really. As Megan Smith drives to the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound there by Abby Sporio.
This crowd is alive, too. It's very loud, as well as the Vulcans bench.
Now Mickey Glenn shot up, no good, gets her own rebound. They're going to call a foul right there. I believe that's going to be on Lauren Wolosik. And it will be on Wolosik. That's her second foul here tonight. And IUP, they're really... everybody out there on the floor for IUP has a foul, as now Mickey Glenn shot up and good. Mickey Glenn now 16 points, and she's answering right back to Caroline Appleby in that first half.
Yeah, it's these subtle jabs, and right now we're just waiting for that knockout blow.
IUP only up by 3, and they're going to call a foul on the floor, and that's going to be on Sierra Barrett. Barrett, that's her first foul already here tonight. And they were in foul trouble last week, last game they actually played against Mercyhurst, and some very deep foul trouble there in the first half of play. That really could be the factor in that game, as now California coming up with a steal in transition, gives it over to Sierra Barrett, and they're going to say a travel right there. She knows it. Everybody else here in the Convocation Center knows it as well.
Yeah, Parsons gets that ball. She can't seem to get her feet settled there. She's kind of mixing up the ball, kind of bobbling it. And just like that, she takes a few steps and kind of trips over herself.
It's now IUP coming down the floor. So that was the momentum swing that California needed. Really push it their way. Bench getting involved, as well as some of the crowd yelling defense, as Wolosik's shot is up and good. Wolosik, that's her second made three-pointer here tonight.
Yeah, and IUP stepping up on that three-point game yet again.
As now Mickey Glenn drives into the lane, gives it over to Shatara Parsons, then back out to Abby Sporio. Sporio then finds Glenn on the pass, going up to the basket, getting another shot to fall. 18 points now. Mickey Glenn is on a tear.
Yeah, right now Mickey Glenn is just dominating the game.
Showing why she's such a dominant senior for this California team. Really just flexing her muscle, if you will. So now Denman picks up her dribble, passes it over to Wolosik. Another three. No good this time, as Abby Sporio comes up with the rebound. Even on the break, 3-on-3 for California. Picks up her dribble and gets the shot to fall. Shatara Parsons.
Yeah, this California team, the momentum is completely in their favor. This place is going nuts right now.
And down by 2. That is our media timeout. But Steve, California just turned it on. And this is why Mickey Glenn, team leader in scoring.
Yeah,
a bunch of other
scoring, assists, steals, and minutes per game. She is their player. She is their top dog, and right now she's a dog on raw meat. And right now she is going on absolute tear right now.
And she definitely is. Another name you could also mention, Sierra Barrett. As of late, she's been doing her thing as well. And now we're going to look at the IUP Crimson Hawk team leaders.
Yeah, Megan Smith, she has the point, she has the rebound, she has that height for the rebounds, as well as Denman. Denman assists and steals. She loves to pass that ball. She's a very unselfish player, and of course, Wolosik, minutes per game, she gets the playing time for this IUP Crimson Hawk.
She definitely does. And Megan Smith, it seems like she gets most of her points there in the lane, helping her team out, similar to how Shatara Parsons is. Shatara Parsons also stepping up, 12.8 points per game. So there's a lot of players that you might see on the team leaders that Mickey Glenn is the team leader in scoring. But there are so many other players on this team that you can really lean on. As I said before, Sierra Barrett, also Precious Martin, 7.6 points per game. Just everybody really contributing to the offensive side as well as the defensive side. Lana Dorn, more of a defensive player. She can also play both ways, driving into the lane there as well. California down by 2 now, and really quick down by 2.
Yeah, it was very quick. Like I said, 12 points, and we're not even halfway through this third quarter that Mickey Glenn got. 14 points, I'm sorry. She came into this half with 4 points, and now she has 18.
Yeah, just like that, you blink your eyes, and Megan Smith jogs into the lane. I was going to say blink your eyes and Megan Smith's in there, but she missed that one as California comes up with the ball. Abby Sporio on the outside, pass it into Shatera Parsons, trying to make some space for herself. Almost traveled a little bit. She held herself and
trying to keep herself upright.
As now Mickey Glenn drives to the lane. Another basket, 20 points here tonight.
I think Mickey Glenn is 4 points away from that 2,000 mark.
We'll see. I'm
going to have to check on that.
They might announce it. I know that when they started at Mercyhurst, she was 53 points away. As now shot up from IUP, no good. Mickey Glenn coming down with the rebound. It's now Glenn driving in, turning, and getting the shot to fall as well. 22 points. The bench is absolutely erupting as California takes the lead by 2.
Yeah, this place is crazy, and I give a lot of credit to Gina Valacorsa and DJ Hahn on the bench. They're up almost every single play. They're getting this crowd into it, so a lot of support from them too.
So now Megan Smith gets the good pass in there from Anna Holen. Now Mickey Glenn coming up with almost a steal. Referees say that IUP will keep possession.
Yeah, she grabbed that ball and just kind of slipped out of her reach there, and it fell out of bounds. And this is what Mickey Glenn does. Against IUP. She just takes over the game.
And now, good drive in there by Wolosik. No good on the shot. We just got word that it is 2 points from 2,000 for Mickey Glenn, as she now has it in her hands. California aware of really the milestone that she can eclipse.
Yep.
Now 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Passing it in to Sierra Barrett. Barrett getting the shot up. No good. Wolosik, good defense there. As Barrett trying to play defense, trying to come up with a steal. Almost does. Just that talent from Barrett playing both ways. Good talent there as well from Carolyn Appleby.
Yeah, Appleby just kind of putting that whoopty up there, and just that ball goes in.
Mickey Glenn gets her 2,000th career point. As you see some 2,000s coming up in the crowd. Just a great player out there on the floor. And she gets it. That's no more of a deserving player out there on the floor. As Appleby's shot is up and no good. Abby Sporio coming up with the rebound. And Lana Doran driving to the lane. Shot is up, no good. Foul on the floor. There's not a better time to get your 2,000th career point.
Coming back in this game,
on your senior day as well.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's storybook, really. Mickey Glenn is such a talented player. 2,000 points, that is an unbelievable milestone that not many players get to experience, no matter what level you're playing on.
Most definitely not. You see the banners hung, I know, at my high school. I'm sure at your high school as well. The 1,000 career points in a career 2,000 points, though.
4 years. I mean, we say career, and you think it's way more than 4 years. The 4 years with 2,000 points is pretty remarkable.
Doran's shot is no good as California possesses that 2-point lead, 48-46. Now with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Brittany Robinson, great move getting to the hoop, but Mickey Glenn called on the foul. She's pleading her case. She's saying that was all ball.
And you don't usually see her get animated like that. So I'm sure there was something. I'm sure she knew that she got all ball, because she doesn't get worked up like that. She instantly turned to the referee and pleaded her case.
And Mickey Glenn kind of, as you said, pleading her case over there. You always see that whenever she does something wrong. She likes to talk to the referees, just kind of talk it out. Doesn't want to have any bad blood between them.
Always talking to him with a smile. I know Anthony says, you can't give Mickey Glenn a technical, because she's always smiling. She's always politely talking to the referees.
As now IUP's free throws will fall through the bottom of the basket, as now they tie the score up at 48. Mickey Glenn now 2,000 career points. Brings up the floor for California. In the corner now, Barrett finds Sporio. Sporio now driving into the lane, turns around, then finds Glenn on the outside. The bench wanted a three-pointer, but she pulls it down. And there's a foul away from the ball, I believe. Beyond, not sure who it's
going to be on.
On 14, Anna Holland. It's kind of hard to see. We're kind of up a little bit further, not on the floor as we normally are when we have the CUTV truck.
Yep. IUP is going to be on the bonus, or I'm sorry, California is going to be in the bonus now.
Lana Dorn attempting her second shot now. And her shot is good as well. California now up by 2, 50-48. Appleby with 15 points here tonight. We're talking about Mickey Glenn a lot, but really Appleby's the reason why they jumped out to that big lead there in the first half of play. Poland now forced to give it back to Appleby. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. California's defense playing good as ever, and now Sierra Barrett comes up with the rebound, slowing her ball down just a little bit, slowing her pace, and getting the shot to fall.
It started off with that strong defense. She gets that steal and makes her way to that hoop, and easy 2 points.
Brittany Robinson pressured, and they're going to say California tipped it out. But good defense there as Precious Martin helped out Mickey Glenn. Really, Mickey Glenn didn't have the height advantage in that matchup. It's now Megan Smith on the outside. Smith almost lost her dribble, retains possession though, and then gives it over to Appleby. The inside, Brittany Robinson, good pass there. And IUP shot will be no good. California coming up with the rebound as Mickey Glenn has it for the Vulcans. Seems like they're slowing the pace down now with 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Lana Dorn shot up and no good. Kind of a straight shot as Precious Martin goes down hard. Pops right back up onto the floor though, and Anna Holland puts up a floater, no good. Sierra Barrett coming down with the rebound. Now Mickey Glenn has it, top of the key. 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Mickey Glenn shot up, no good, although she will draw the foul. Now going to the line to attempt 2.
Yeah, it would have been huge if she could have got that and won. This place, I think, would have exploded, blew the roof off the ceiling.
It seems like the crowd has shown up here today, and not only numbers really, but just sheer making noise, honestly.
Yeah.
As her shot is up and good. Her first. California up now by 5. Second shot up and good as well. Mickey Glenn now totaling 26 points. It seems like that halftime break just triggered her, or something just happened there that really flipped the switch, something that California really needed. Now under a minute left in the third quarter.
I think it was 4 points that she was coming into the half with, if I'm correct.
It was either 4 or 6.
4 or 6, either way, 20-plus points in this third quarter.
Lana Dorn, tough shot, converts, however, as the crowd erupts yet again. Now with 35 seconds left, California closing down on defense, playing sort of a zone. And Abby Sporio, good defense. She's that threat. A transfer from UPJ, really what California needed. That defensive threat, getting her hand on the ball, poking it out of bounds.
The system that UPJ runs isn't Abby Sporio's. It doesn't fit her. Now California, that's right up her wheelhouse. So it's good to see her prosper at California.
Collins' shot is up and good over Mickey Glenn. As I said, that IUP fan base coming out to this contest, and really they're making their presence known as well when she makes a shot. Precious Martin, good shot there, and I believe that will signal the end of this third quarter of play as IUP throws it down the floor. But a big momentum swing. California up 58-50. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to see if California can really keep this momentum up, or if IUP can answer back and do what they've been doing this entire first half of play. Stay tuned. You're watching Vulcans women's basketball right here on CUTV Sports 1.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Hello and welcome back into the Convocation Center. We have some fourth quarter action here as California is up by 8 now, just like that. Seems like Mickey Glenn, she's that player out on the floor. We keep talking about her, and she just keeps doing her thing. Eclipsed that 2,000 career point mark earlier on in that third quarter of play, and we're going to see if she can help her team. Now totaling 26 points.
Yeah, unbelievable. This Vulcans team and Mickey Glenn overcoming a lot of adversity in that first half.
And a good pass there as Sierra Barrett converts in the lane. Now California up by 10. It's now Appleby, swings it over to Wolowski. It's now Holland, pass it in. Good pass there to Brittany Robinson, and she converts as well.
Yeah, nice tic-tac play right there as they made their way into the lane and made their way to the hoop.
Mickey Glenn finds Precious Martin, then over to Abby Sporio. Sporio, good move in there. Almost broke the ankles of an IUP defender.
Yeah, you could hear the ankles break from up here, but she's going to go to the line. And Abby Sporio coming into this game shooting for 56.5%. I believe she's 2 for 2 in the game so far.
Sporio's first shot, no good. California still up 60-52. No good as well. Sierra Barrett coming up with the rebound for California, keeping it alive. Some defensive help. Lana Doran and Mickey Glenn on the other side of the floor. Coming back up the court. So now Mickey Glenn gives it over to Abby Sporio and then gets it back after a few passes. Good passing there from California as now Sierra Barrett keeps it up. Over to Lana Doran, now under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Good pass in there to Precious Martin and converts.
Wow, Lana Doran split 2 IUP defenders with a brilliant bounce pass to Precious Martin.
Now California's still up by 10, 62-52 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left. Carolina Appleby then finds Wolosik. Gives it on the inside. Brittany Robinson, yet another conversion for her, as now Robinson has 12 points here tonight. Mickey Glenn bringing it up the floor. Pass it on the inside to Sierra Barrett. Sierra Barrett jumps up, gets the ball, settles herself, and puts the shot back up.
Yeah, great awareness there from Barrett, grabbing that ball out of midair, coming down with it, having the patience to wait and just put that ball up for a great shot.
So now Appleby drives into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Good defense there from Sierra Barrett, although she didn't come up with the ball, still just asserting her dominance, really, and just letting them know that she'll be there like a shadow. So now Appleby has to throw it into Robinson. Appleby getting it in the corner. Another defensive play there from California. Megan Smith then finds Volosic on the outside. Now with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Volosic drives into the lane. They're going to call a travel on that one. And California signals, we got the ball back now.
Yeah, I think the whole crowd knew that, as there was an eruption of oohs and oh, and they knew it, and the referees knew it.
I like that. It's probably one of the better things I've heard on this broadcast here today. As now Mickey Glenn has it at the top of the arc. Good pass yet again into Sierra Barrett. Barrett settles herself, shot up, no good. Rim didn't like that one, so Precious Martin gets the opportunity and gets the shot to fall.
Yeah, I think that's what the Vulcans were lacking in the first half, those second chance opportunities, and right there you saw a perfect one from Precious Martin.
So now Wolosik gives it on the outside and then drives into the lane. Hard foul there, as now Carolyn Appleby comes up from the floor. Looks a little bit shaken up.
That's going to be Lana Doran's second. And you say Lana Doran not being able to be at Mercyhurst, but with the strictness of the referees, Lana Doran could have easily fouled out in the first quarter with those referees.
She definitely could have, and referees were calling a lot, as you said, Steve, but California, I mean, I guess you can just say you live and you learn, because then that gave them a little bit more ammunition, if you will, to come into this game and play their best basketball, as Lana Dorn almost coming up with a steal off her fingertips and out of bounds. That game really was a wake-up call. You can see on social media, not only the girls that play on this team, but also just the women's basketball Twitter. You could see them. They were saying that this is going to be used as a learning experience. We're just going to keep our heads on straight and go into IUP and try to get a victory. Take on IUP, not go into IUP, as Appleby tries to put up a shot, and they're going to call a charge out there on the floor. And there's that other. She was trying to that acrobatic move with just throwing the ball up.
Yeah, just runs right into Precious Martin.
Martin subs out, and Shatara Parsons checks back in. So the crowd applauds her on her senior day. Mickey Glenn bringing it across the half-court line for California, setting up her offense. You always see her putting up the 5, signaling that play call 5. I'm not sure what the play is, so I can't give you any inside information, but Sierra Barrett drives up, puts up a shot, and they're going to call a foul on the play. Sierra Barrett now going to the line.
Yeah, a couple people. I mean, look at Carolyn Appleby. She's in some foul trouble right now. 4 fouls to her name, as well as number 23, Haley Denman, and number 24, Lauren Velosic, both had 3. So, and there's been a lot of fouls called, so they got to watch themselves.
There most definitely has. In California, they were trying to lock down on Appleby. Now they look like they're just trying to ramp up the pressure on Appleby, really going after her. She's that scoring threat for this IUP team, at least today, as Barrett's shot is good as well. She averages just about 13.5 points per game, Appleby does, so she's already eclipsed that mark. Really just trying to just lock down on her, not allow her to get any more momentum. Now with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in this contest. So now Megan Smith passed it over to Velosic on the outside. Now Appleby puts up a shot, and this shot is good. Now with 18 points tonight, Mickey Glenn pushing the pace up the floor and then slowing it back down.
Yeah, Appleby is someone that for IUP that you might want to foul out 18 points with a big 3 right there. It definitely wouldn't hurt the Vulcans if she fouled out.
Good move there from Shatara Parsons as she puts her hands to her face and just gives her that, gee, you should have missed that.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those more animated players out there on the floor for California, not only in pregame but also in-game. As Appleby works on the outside against Sierra Barrett. Barrett also flipped a switch since the first half of play, getting some confidence back with 16 points. And a pass on the inside to Deanna from IUP, and they're going to say Shatara Parsons touched it last.
Yeah, Shatara Parsons puts those long arms up. She is definitely a threat under that hoop. She has some fantastic height and just gets a hand on it and blocks it away.
And Velosic driving to the lane, gets a good shot up, and the shot clock went off. However, she made the shot.
Yeah, they're still gonna give it. I didn't know if she got the shot off after the buzzer went off.
Referees really don't have any.
No proof.
Really no way to really check that for reference, as Mickey Glenn makes a great move to the basket, gets the and one, going to the line now to attempt a 3-point play.
Yeah, Mickey Glenn can have a potential 30-point game. See how the rest of this play works out. But fantastic game and well deserved. Really.
IUP forced to take the timeout. Now we're going to look at your screen. We have some campus events, and Steve, I know you're the entertainment anchor for news. These Funny Freaking Fridays, they literally are funny. We went to the one.
Freaking funny.
They're freaking funny. They're awesome. And also the WCAL lock-in.
But the Funny Freaking Fridays, a lot of great performance. We just had Dave Collier, as well as California alum Derek Knopfsnyder, and coming up in March, which will be the first Friday of March, Arona Lopez from the big show Wild and Out. So that's another pretty big name coming here. And the WCAL lock-in, they're raising money for the Epilepsy Foundation of Western Pennsylvania. If you have any other information, you could email Jared Safranco at 4381 at calu.edu for any questions. It's a great cause, and it's a lot of fun for them.
Most definitely is. And you might see some of the remotes that they do around campus in the community as well. It's, as you said, Steve, great cause, a great cause to support as well. I believe that they're going to have little cans. You can throw some change in, some dollar bills. Anything helps. Just raise some money for a good cause.
Yeah, it's a great cause, and we'll see how it all works out. And I know it's a lot of fun for them as well.
Yeah, they get locked in there for, 48 hours, I believe? 48 hours.
Yeah,
so
48 hours.
I can't imagine being in one spot for 48
I know.
hours. I mean, listening to music would kind of release that really urge to go out and do whatever else you want to do. But still, as Mickey Glenn attempts her shot, and she does complete the three-point play, now totaling 29 points here on her senior day. Wouldn't have had it any other way for Mickey Glenn.
Not at all, and it doesn't look like she's done. She might have an opportunity to get a couple more points, as this one is still pretty close with halfway gone in the fourth quarter.
Appleby's dribble was broken up from California. Now Lana Doran driving to the basket, faking the pass and getting the shot to fall. Great move, honestly. She knows the defenders are around her, fakes the pass, gets to the basket.
And she realized Abby Sporia was some ways behind her, so she's able to fake that pass and just go right to the hoop, and it worked as well as it could be.
Hey, it faked me out. I'm glad I'm not out there on the floor. I would look silly out there. As now Appleby has it for IUP.
I don't think that's the reason you'd look silly out there.
No, it's many other reasons. Many other reasons. But hey, we'll stick with that reason. As a pass there from IUP was broken up by Shatera Parsons. Now Appleby forced to pass it in to Megan Smith. Smith's shot is up off the front of the rim, no good. Shatera Parsons gets the tough rebound for California.
Yeah, she got that one with authority. She brought that down, and no one was getting that ball off her.
California up 73-59. I know if I was watching the live stats of this game, I saw in the first half, California down 22-8, and now the score, there's literally nothing you could say other than Mickey Glenn being Mickey Glenn, California flipping a switch and turning it on as Sierra Barrett shot up no good. It looked like it was almost blocked.
Looked like it went off the hands of Sporia, but they're going to say it went off of IUP. It might have been off of Lauren Wolosik's hands.
And Sierra Barrett's shot is up and good. And just like Lana Doran making that free throw and walking away, Sierra Barrett put the shot up, saw it was going in. She just turned around and ran, played some defense as the foul is called there on the floor, I believe, by Mickey Glenn. So Mickey Glenn, that's now her fourth foul. But hey, 29 points. If you foul out, you did your part.
Yeah, and I'm sure at some point here within the next minute or so, they're going to be taking Mickey Glenn out. Not only because the foul, but she does have those 29 points in such a dominant game.
Shot no good by Megan Smith. The crowd letting her know that was nothing but air on that shot. So now Mickey Glenn brings it across half-court line with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. Looking over at Jess Strom on the sideline, she's saying slow it down. As she, I believe, something that she always does, waits for 10 seconds left on that shot clock and then gets started. As the signal was given, she drives into the lane, passes it over to Sierra Barrett. Barrett not seeing that she has Abby Sporio on the outside, wide open. Wow. But Shatera Parsons finishing it. What else can you say there in the lane?
Yeah, it's Shatera Parsons. She's having a fantastic game. She averages 12.8. She got her 10th there, but still a great performance from her.
And Sierra Barrett, I believe, will be fouled by number 23, Hallie Denman. That is going to be the team's fifth foul. Still not in the bonus, however. So now Sierra Barrett will attempt 2 from the line.
And they are in the bonus. It's 5 fouls.
Also, Hallie Denman just fouled out.
Wow.
She got her 5th foul. Got 5 points tonight, just like she did in fouls.
But even she was pretty dominant on the defensive side. A couple blocked shots. I know from what I remember, it was Abby Sporia. She came from behind and blocked Abby Sporia.
And also, you'd say her assists.
Yeah.
She moving the ball around the floor. She's moving the ball, excuse me. Improper grammar out there. But, she's moving the ball out there on the floor. Something also to mention, Abby Sporio, 2 points. The rest of the players out there on the floor in double digits.
Yeah, and that's very impressive. In Abby Sporia, she's been working hard on defense, so can't even say anything bad about her during this game.
Most definitely cannot. She's had her opportunities and cashed in on one, but nonetheless, her team is up. Can't really knock her for saying anything, as now Carolyn Appleby's shot up, no good off the front of the rim. Brittany Robinson saving it, and then Wolosik brings it back out for the Crimson Hawks. Same spot for Carolyn Appleby, and this time she's going to drive in the lane, get a floater. It will not fall, however. Now Sierra Barrett coming up with the rebound.
Yeah, that shot wasn't going to agree with Appleby on that one.
So now Mickey Glenn has it for California. Slowing down the pace now, seeing that there's about 1 minute and 48 seconds left, as Shatara Parsons will be fouled. And just the camaraderie for this team, rallying around each other, being extremely unselfish. They're passing the ball out there with the intent of getting to the basket, scoring. They're looking a pass to assist to score every single possession down the floor. And that is the reason why they turn it around. Shatara Parsons making her first.
Yeah, and I said it before, they overcame a lot of adversity in that first half. Coming into that second half, not shooting very well. It seemed like nothing could fall for them, 0% from the three-point line. So just overcoming that adversity, forgetting about the first half, and playing the second half like it's a brand-new ball game is what makes this team so special.
And Carolyn Appleby on the sidelines, not sure what happened. She looks like she's holding her knee. That's never good, away from the ball. Never like to see that.
Especially some talent from Appleby, 18 points. You don't want to see any player go down like that, but Appleby, a crucial player for the Crimson Hawks.
And a sophomore player as well. It looks like there's going to be a brief timeout, but 21 points California is up by now. Nobody really would have thought of that. As I said before, down 22-8. You're watching these live stats back at home because we didn't have the live stream. Now we have the live stream back. You're seeing that California really just turned this entire game around, as now Carolina Appleby looks like she's putting a little bit of pressure on her leg as she's walking away. Don't want to really say anything about her injury. I'm not sure.
Don't speculate anything, but hopefully everything's okay and with her. So we'll be keeping an eye on on that injury.
And now Lauren Wolosik passes it in to Anna Holland. Looks like she's the sub in for Appleby. Now with 1 minute and 30 seconds left before the end of this contest, California, as I said, up by 21. Good passing there as Holland puts up a three, no good. California and Brittany Nelson coming up with the rebound. New sub in for the Vulcans. Everybody out there on the floor as well stays the same. So now Mickey Glenn drives into the lane. Completely unselfish, gives it over to Sierra Barrett, although her shot is no good. She had the clear lane to the basket, decides to pass out of it on that one. As the trailing defender, Sierra Barrett works on Holland. Now, as you heard on the PA announcer, 1 minute left in regulation. Good shot there by Brittany Robinson, as Robinson now has her 14th point of the night.
Yeah, I think this game's pretty elementary from this point on now, but California, they came back after a lot. They did not play well in that first half, and just coming out and playing the second half like a brand new ball game. Like they came into the second half thinking it's a 0-0 basketball game.
And we mentioned before that California really wanted to use this game as a stepping stone into the playoffs. They weren't playing playoff basketball in the first half of play, as Wolosik's three is up and good. But now, as I said, they flipped a switch, and California now up by 16. And the crowd erupts as California and really this team, just a great performance here tonight on Senior Day. With California and Mickey Glenn, 29 points for Mickey Glenn, as the seniors out there on the floor all hugging, and California comes away with the victory 80-64. Steve, any last words?
We saw a different basketball game from the Vulcans in that second half. You couldn't ask for better performance from these seniors and this Vulcans team as a whole. It's a big win, and playoffs, here we come.
Huge win, as this game also, something to mention, that this decided who was going to be the #1 seed as everybody in the middle of the floor lifting up Mickey Glenn. But stay tuned. We also have some more playoff implication basketball next as the men's team takes on IUP for a spot for California to move into the men's playoffs for quite a few years. I believe it was 3 or more years. So stay tuned. We have more Vulcans basketball, but you watched California come away with a victory 80-64 right here on CUTV Sports 1.